gorgeous, it's Brooke here, international makeup artist, and today I'm really excited to share with you this month's Vogue look, which is this beautiful, bright, very simple red lip look that is just divine, totally chic, totally gorgeous for this summer. I've already got my blingy earrings on that my gorgeous girlfriend got me, and I just thought the red lip was the perfect accessory in addition. So I really wanted to share with you a look that's really current, that's really up to date, that is actually way simpler than you might think and requires a lot less product than you might think. I think there's this misconception that you have to wear a lot of makeup in order to get a look right or to feel like you're the part. And you know, for me as a makeup artist, I'm really all about being very intentional with product, not needing to use loads, but being very smart about how and where I apply it. And that's something that I really want to share with you because these looks are far simpler than you might think. And I'm going to be doing this look with like 10 or so products again, so this is really easy to execute. I always use products that are out of my kit that I know, love and adore, that I use on myself and my clients. So these are products that I use day in and day out, that I know perform and are obviously specifically great, the ones that I plucked today to share with you in order to create this look. So let's take a look at this makeup look we're seeing in Vogue at the moment. So this month's issue is very much focused on really seeing the beautiful translucent skin. We're seeing freckles, we're seeing really natural big brows, bright eyes. You know, the colour that pops here is really, it's all about the lip. So we've got a really subtle sweep of mascara on the eyes just to give that subtle definition. But looking through these pages, the consistent look that's really working for this season is to have this really clean skin paired with this bold, beautiful, crisp lip. So I'm going to dive in, I'm going to get started with you, and I really want to create something that is light, because this look, it's pairing a light natural skin with a red bold lip. So I'm going to dip straight into my absolute favourite, which is the Niod photography fluid. So this is by Deciem, the Abnormal Beauty company. And I've got a little bit on the back of my hand here, and I'm actually going to pair this with a really beautiful light base, which is the Estee Lauder Daywear Plus. It's a tinted moisturiser. Now I've got both of those on the back of my hand, and I just like to mix those together with my fingers in order to create a really lovely sheer bronzy base. So I'm just mixing that, and I'm going to lightly dot it onto my skin. Now I find that for these looks where the skin is really clean and light and dewy, it's important to have really well hydrated skin. So my skin is clean, it's hydrated. I've applied an eye cream just to plump it up and build the glow. So this base has got a slightly bronzier tinge than my natural colour, so it's going to give a little bit of warmth to my skin, which I really like. And you'll see that I like to take this makeup from the centre and blend it outwards, because we tend to need more coverage in the centre of our face than around the edges. So that's why I kind of start there, and always remember to blend down past the jawline so that you don't get any harsh lines. Really take your time to blend that in. So that's just a really natural light sheer base. Now I do normally apply eyes before I apply the base, but because this is such a clean look and so simplistic on the eyes, it doesn't really seem necessary, so I am doing it the other way around this time. So you can see how that base has just put a really nice glow on my skin. This isn't really about creating a lot of coverage, so if there are areas that you recognise need a little bit more coverage, then I recommend that you just go in with a concealer over the top of that base and just add to those areas rather than creating a really heavy base. Now with my fingers, I'm just applying a really lovely light sheer concealer, and this is one that I've had in my kit for years that I absolutely adore, and it's the Mercier Secret Camouflage concealer, and you can see what that's doing. It just gives a really nice brightness. Again, it's a light coverage, so it's not going to be heavy or cakey. It's just going to work really nicely with the foundation base that I've put in place there. So my base is obviously that photography fluid and a really light tinted moisturiser. So it means that you can still see my skin, you can still see my freckles. I'm just blending that out. Patting can work really nicely if you do get fine lines, because then you don't get any creasing. Also, creasing can happen if you apply too much product, so keep it light. I'm using the number 2 concealer in the Secret Camouflage because it's got a peachiness to it, which means it's really nice for under the eye, it brightens. And for me, I actually need a little bit more coverage just here, so I'm just gonna pat that onto my skin. Now, I'm simplifying this look so much and creating the look, there's no compromise here, but I'm able to do this with just 3 brushes. So for your base, it's absolutely fine to use your fingers. I find that the product warms to my fingertips and allows me to blend it out really nicely. So I'm really happy using my fingers for the base for this look. So once you blended out your concealer, it depends on what your natural colouring is like. I've got a lot of colouring on my eyelids. Again, I want to keep everything really sheer. What I'm going to do just to balance myself out a little bit is to apply a little bit of concealer just to my eyelids as well. And again, this is going to be sheer, you're still going to see my skin. I'm just balancing the tone of my skin out on my eyelids. It just lightens them up a little bit. And now I've got my base in place, I am just going to use a little bit of powder in the centre of my face. I'm definitely one that gets a little bit more oily, and this look is, you know, it's about having really clean, juicy skin, but I don't want it to look shiny. So for me, I just want to take away the shine in the centre of my forehead here and my nose. And I'm using this gorgeous powder that I absolutely love by MakeUp Forever, which is the HD, the Ultra HD powder, and it's in Banana. I actually showed you this powder in my last video because it just gives a really gorgeous smoothing effect to the skin, and it doesn't alter the colour of your base. Now the reason I'm adding a little bit of powder, or the residue of powder on my brush around this area, is because there is a dewiness to my skin from that base. I'm going to apply a bronzer, but I don't want it to cling to the skin and get patchy because of the areas that have got moisture. So now I'm going to go in with my bronzer, which is this beautiful MakeUp Forever HD. I remind myself what this is called because I use it to death. It's the Pro Bronze Infusion. Again, I actually showed you this in my last video. I'm not the type of makeup artist that believes that you have to have a million different products. I find things that I love and know work, and I put them in my kit and I use them time and time again. So if you're following me, if you're subscribed and you're following these videos, you're not going to have to go out and buy 20 products to recreate the look every single time. It's about having really key staples and being smart with the products that you choose. So that has just added a little bit of dimension to my face, really subtle. I do like to go under my jawline. It just gives me a sense of a stronger jawline, trickery and all that. So that's the base, super clean. Now I do want to create a subtle shade around my lash line, so I'm going to use the Chanel Bronze Eyeliner. Above and below, very gently, because I don't want to create a strong line here. This is more of a soft shadow. And then I'm just going to use the end of the pencil, the smudger on the end of my pencil, to just soften that out. Now if you overdo it, just go back in with your concealer. So like I said, this isn't about creating a line, just creating a little bit of shade. And again, I'm just going to smudge that out on the other side. Super simple. And then finish with a really light coat of mascara. So you can see how simple that eye is. It's just about creating a really, really soft frame. And in order to finish off the eye area, as I said, these brows in this look are just really natural, well-groomed, big brows. Mine aren't as big as they could be, but I'm just using the Illamasqua Clear Brow Gel just to tame them in an up and outwards direction, just to feather them, keep them light and natural but well groomed. And now for the key aspect, the lip. So what I'm going to do is actually use a tiny bit of concealer around my lip line, because that allows me to create more precision. Now the lip liner that I'm using is actually one of my absolute favourites. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. This is Kiss and Tell. So I always start at the Cupid's bow. Just make sure you get a good V in there. And because I have got big lips, I'm just following my natural shape. And by filling the lip in, what I'm doing is really pressing the colour in and getting a strong base for my lip colour. Make sure you get those corners. If you do have thin lips, follow the outer line of your lips just to cheat it a little bit. So that's the liner there, and then I'm going to go straight in with the bullet of my lipstick. Now I absolutely adore this colour. It's the classic Rouge Dior 999. I do like detail, and a good blend, and using a lip brush. So that's the red lip. What I like to do before I finish is, because I don't actually want it to be too crisp, softening the edge with a cotton bud. Because I don't want it to look too Hollywood. This look is actually more wearable and a little bit softer. And then what I like to do, just to finish that up, is to grab a brush and my concealer and clean around the edge. Just need a little bit of coverage there. So if you don't have the best skin, you can still wear a really light base and get that gorgeous finish, but just add extra concealer to the areas that need more coverage. So I'm just sweeping around my lip. I'm gonna go slight into the crease of my nose there where I get a little bit of redness. All of these areas that I just want to... This is a great trick as well if you just want to lift your eye a little bit. It's great to add a touch of concealer that's lighter to that outer corner of your eye and just sweep it up. I'm just cleaning the skin up here. And that is a gorgeous, simple red lip look a la Vogue. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Catch you later.